Hello Pisces, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. Okay, let's start now. Okay, so we've got ninth house. To come out, fourth house and eighth house. Okay, and this one also wants to come out. We've got Aquarius. So put that on the side. Maybe I'll put it here. We've got fire element desire. We've got Jupiter abundance. And then we've got lunar eclipse. And then this one also wants to come out. I'm going to put that at the bottom. We've got Mars force, and then underneath the bottom of the deck was Gemini, I think. So a decision needs to be made here. And it looks like you're going to go for it, whatever it is. Something that you're going to go after. Let's get goddess guidance now. Mother Mary. Not sure which ones fell where, so let's take this one out, put it here. Infinite supply, and then we're going to put this one on the bottom. We've got Bridget, don't back down, and then also Cordelia, go outside. So lots of cards want to come out for you in your reading. So this might be slightly longer than normal. Let's do fairy tarot now. This one already. Okay. Then we've got Queen of Winter coming in there for you. Let's get a Destiny card. It's too many. I'm going to take the one that's turned over. Compassion. Okay. Alright, so quite a big reading. Let's have a look here for you. Alright. Okay, so let's start. We've got ninth house. This can mean a number of things. It seems to be that you're waiting for something to manifest in this house. You're waiting for something. You've probably sent up a little prayer or a request to your spirit team. You've actually prayed about it, or just been thinking hard on it and wishing and hoping. And Mother Mary is saying, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So something is going to turn in this house. So ninth house is normally the house of international travel or long distance travel. It can also be adventure and exploration. So this can be physically, actually as in the form of traveling, something that is sort of out of your normal, your normal routine. It's something important. But it can also be adventure and exploration within the mind. So this can be in the form of learning. So this is university level, or it could be adult education. But it's basically the, seeking of truth and wisdom and knowledge and so on. Ninth house also is about your intuitive processes and the seeking of truth. So using your intuitive abilities to discern things, very, very important at this time in the world right now. It's also the house of faith and wisdom. So this is normally gained through what you're studying or what you're learning about, or through traveling, sort of learning about other things, understanding deeper meanings of life and so on, which is very much a ninth house concept. It can also bring in foreign things, so through travel, but also through learning or just an interest or a hobby. Or you could be communicating with foreign places as well, or foreign cultures or foreign people. So that may come in, but it's also understanding life and gaining wisdom through philosophy, religion, and your belief systems. Now, for some of you, belief systems may be getting a bit of a shift or a change right now. It's happening to many people across the board. This house is also to do with other aspects of transmission of knowledge or expression. So third house would be more personally related, but ninth house is that much wider. And this can come in the form of publishing, or it can be in the form of teaching. You may be discerning, disseminating knowledge through teaching. It's also public relations and promotional work, that sort of thing, coming in for you. It also covers the law and the higher courts, so that may be related to you as well. You may be waiting on a legal proceeding or something to do with that, or it could be a profession for you as well. And for those that are in a marriage, then it can also relate to in-laws as well. So now I feel that with this fire element desire, it's something that you're wanting to do in this ninth house. It's something that is important to you. So whether it's traveling or learning, you could be busy with a degree, or it could be something that you want to initiate, something that you want to actually go after. You've got fire element desire here. So this is seek and claim. So this is getting fired up. This is suddenly, like I said, there's going to be a turn here with Mother Mary. Some sort of miracle is going to come in. Something is going to shift or change, and it's going to be like the red light is now on. I mean, the green light is now on. You can go for it, but it's that you get fired up. You get fired up about it. Like a fire is lit underneath you. It could be enthusiasm. It could be energy. It could be action. It can also be clearing the decks. So this can be starting fresh with something. So with the ninth house, it can also be like a starting new with an idea, sort of like that it's connected to a philosophy or a belief system. Some sort of something that you are, understanding, and this can also be the law as well. So any one of those aspects could come in. It could also be business related as well, something that you perhaps are involved in, you want to launch, or it's involving foreign people or reaching a bigger audience, something like that. But you're going to get a sort of it can be like an epiphany as well, this some sort of turning point or some sort of shift. All of a sudden you get the urge, and this is now it's go time. Okay, so it's got that, but it can be a clearing of the deck. So this is getting rid of any blocks or anything that has stood in your way, or anything old and that is not serving you anymore. Get swept away, and you start afresh. You plant new things. That's very much the fire element energy. Just be careful that in going after this, that you do not fall prey to sort of quick temper and rushing around. By all means, you're going to go after this. There's going to be no stopping you. But it's like that fire has been lit, and that is inspired action. This is not angry action, but it may raise its ugly head. But it could also be other people around you who are sort of bossy. There may be a few ego issues. But this is, with the fire element, any fieriness is put the cards on the table. It's get clear. There's no nonsense with that, and it's going after that seek and claim energy. This is inspired action coming in for you. So as I said, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So now we've also got the fourth house. The fourth house is everything to do with your home. So it can be your physical home, but it can also be your where you are currently residing. It's also the atmosphere and the people in your home. It's also the relationship that you have to your family, your ancestry, your ethnic identity, to your roots, your foundation. So your family connection, and everything to do with that comes in with the fourth house. Now we've got here Jupiter abundance, so something is coming in, but you've also got Kali, endings and beginnings. So the old must be released so that the new can enter. So in some form or shape within your 4th house, something is shifting or changing. So some of you may be relocating, others of you may be just redecorating or renovating or changing something or building on, upscaling, downscaling, or it could be a shift with the people within your home environment, or it could be some sort of shift or cycle within your family group. So this can be something to do with a shift in the occupants of your home, or it's the atmosphere in your home. Perhaps you've been through a very dark and difficult period, and now Jupiter is coming in with lots of abundance, joy, happiness, and so on. So there's definitely a cycle shift here. An old cycle is falling away and a new one is coming in. But it could also be that it may be a rearrangement of the people in your home or in your immediate environment. Something is shifting and changing there. And what it's saying is that do not fear these endings and beginnings. Do not have any regrets or any problems with it, because this is completely appropriate for you at this time in your life. This is going to bring in the new for you. This is going to change a lot of things for you, and it's all positive. You just got to go through the cycle of letting go and then welcoming the new things in. So this is very much it's a big cycle shift. And even if it's just related to items within your home that you need to let go of, perhaps you're downscaling or upscaling, or you're changing something, and you just have to let go of certain things. It could be memories, it could be associated with just, change of occupants, or it's your relationship with your family tradition, your ethnic identity, your ancestry, and so on. There's going to be some sort of cycle shift there. You're letting go of something in order to bring the new in. And it could be family traditions as well. Perhaps you've grown up in a very strict family environment, or whatever it represents for you, and now that is shifting and changing in some way, shape, or form. So, but it's definitely, do not fear these changes. They're very important. They're vital for you, in fact, for growth. And she's saying she's the ultimate get things done goddess. So when you need to clear the decks, and it's very much coming in, you've got the fire element here. So when it comes into your home environment, she's the one to call on. She's the get things done. There'll be no nonsense. It will be swift and very efficient, and it will clear a lot of things. So call on her to assist you to get that energy to move through this phase, so that you are clearing old things, old energy, removing old energy, so that the new things can come in. But she says, do not fear these changes. They are right and appropriate for you, and very necessary at this time. We've also got the last house here is the 8th house. Again, endings and beginnings. So this is definitely cycles changing for you. So it is going to affect your home or your family environment. And then we've got 8th house, endings and beginnings. So 8th house is normally the house of sex, death, and rebirth. That's summing it up. But now there are many, many layers to that. So the death doesn't have to be a physical death. It can be an egoic death, the death of fears and problems and old cycles and things that have held you back. It can also be the dissolving of things which no longer serve you. And you certainly are going through, shifts and changes here. So this is very much, a cycle shift where you're letting go again of old things and you're bringing the new things in. And it can also be the rising up of the sexuality within you, understanding the deeper meaning of that. And that could be activated by somebody, or it could just be, as I said, some sort of cycle shift. It could be linked to regeneration or rebirth, something to do with that. And it is very much a regenerative and renewal energy as well in the 8th house. It's also connected to big finance. So this can be things like your sort of assets, and it's also your insurance, your investments, taxes come in, and it can also be to do with your banking and accounting and so on. And in some cases, if there is a physical death within your environment, then it can be, or it may have been in the past already. So this can bring in things to do with legacies and inheritances. So you could also be doing this for yourself. You could be building up a legacy or building up an inheritance for your children if you have a family and so on. So it's about creating that. But there may be some things that you need to let go of, some things that will fall away in order to bring those new concepts or new situations in. The 8th house is also for those that are in committed relationships. This is normally like a marriage or a long-term partnership, but it can in some cases be a business partnership as well. And so this can be to do with the merging of your emotional and material resources. So it's a merging of it, but in some cases it can also be the separation of them. So it's normally how all those things come together when you merge. How is it all going to work? And if something needs to be changed and shifted and rearranged, how is that going to happen? In some cases, it can also be handling other people's money or resources. So this can be a profession, but it can also be you may be helping somebody else. It could be somebody in your family, perhaps they're rearranging something in the environment and they also are rearranging their finances and you're going to be assisting them with that. So that responsibility does come in. Just to go back here to the Jupiter card, I feel that with the 4th house and also with the 8th house, these two are kind of working in tandem here. So whatever is going on, whatever you are releasing and bringing in, and it could, as I said, be within your family circle as well, whatever is being released and being brought in, Jupiter abundance is going to come in. So whether this happens after the release has occurred and now you're bringing the new things and now Jupiter comes in, or this is going to activate some sort of purge or some sort of cycle shift. Jupiter is about the return of happiness, joy, abundance, just happiness really, but it can also be in the form of a person. It can also be in the form of some sort of windfall, like monetary. And this could be to do with your home. Perhaps, as I said, there's something to do with upscaling, downscaling, or renovation, or changing something. And this may give you the boost in order to do this, or it's to do with the family situation. As I said, in some cases, it may be rearrangement of family monies, traditions, how things have worked up till now. There's some sort of cycle shift going on here. So it certainly seems to me to be money related, but I do feel it's also happiness, joy, contentment, all of these things. And it's a very optimistic and expansive energy, this. Jupiter is very expansive. So it's also, seeing something for the big picture, seeing something sort of emerging. You'll be able to see the wood for the trees with this energy. So it's abundance, but it can be abundance in many, many forms. So this, as I said, can be faith, it can be happiness, it can be joy, it can be love, it can also be relief from something, and it can also be a rescue, like a divine intervention, rescue from something. All of these get bundled in and may come in for you, but it's definitely a happiness and an expansive energy. Whatever feels expansive for you, then do that. Okay, whatever fires you up, whatever gets you moving, whatever really fires you up, gets your fires lit, then that Jupiter is going to set that off. It's quite a fast-moving energy, so any opportunities that get presented to you, follow them all. Follow them and keep going with them until you've reached a conclusion, because you may be presented with one or a number, and then you've now got to move on them. You can't just allow that happy energy to wash over you and so on. You need to actually take action. Also, in some cases, this can be overindulgence in some way, or overspending, or something like that. So just keep a lid on that. But it certainly is happiness and joy. Something is shifting. Something is changing for you. Now, going back to the 8th house, underneath we've got lunar eclipse change. So this is normally a cycle shift for you. So this is something that may have been in place for a while or for a very long time, and that is now moving away, falling away, to make room for something. So this is the clearing of anything that's been resembling like a rut or a comfort zone, or some structure that has been around you for a long period of time. Now, this can also be a family tradition, all right? So whatever is the situation, something is going to be closed out for you, and it may be quite abrupt. Normally, a lunar eclipse is abrupt, and literally a door will slam shut, or something will just end, and within a short space of time, something new will start to come in. And you've got Kali endings and beginnings. So ask, she's going to bring this in for you. You have got 8th house endings and beginnings. So this is a general cycle shift. Something is changing for you. Once this, it can also be like a bubbling over. So this can be something that you've had an idea about, or it's been in the back of the mind, or you've been picking up and seeing threads of it, but you just weren't sure how it was going to manifest, and it may have been on the back burner, or you just weren't simply able to get all the pieces together. But now with this, it's like a bubbling over. Something has been bubbling over quietly, and now all of a sudden it's bubbled over, and it's the speed and the unexpectedness of it that takes you by surprise. All right, so it needn't be a bad thing. It really depends on your attitude and your appreciation of this energy to lever you out of somewhere where you have been placed for a long time, or in a structure which has either been very, very comfortable, too comfortable, or it's been a rut. Okay, so this is it's going to shift you, lever you out of where you have been into a new space. And this can unfold within a 6-week period, or it can unfold over a 6-month period. So it really depends on you, but it's your attitude and your approach to it. So if you know there are changes and shifts that need to be done, things that need to be released, cleared away, sorted out, clearing the decks, all of that. If something needs to be done, then take action and do it, and then that will soften any shifts or changes which would otherwise have been jarring. Okay, so be brave. Step in and make the changes that you know inside. With the lunar influence, you'll know. This is your intuitive side. You'll know what needs to be dealt with. So take steps to see to it, and that will soften any sort of uncomfortableness. But there will be a period where you will feel a little bit out of sorts, because you're trying to get things together. You're trying to understand things a little bit better. But the pieces will settle. And as I said, call on Kali to help you. She's the get things done goddess. I do feel there's also going to be some compassion required here, whether this is in your 4th house within the occupants in your home, or within your family environment, or your association with your family, your roots, your foundation, your ethnic identity, your ancestry, and so on. Some of you may be moving back to your ancestry, or you may be challenging some part of your foundation. But compassion is required here. Now, this is not necessarily only compassion for others. This can be compassion for yourself as well. So, just work your way through the changes, and call on the help, call on your spirit team to assist you, and just be compassionate with yourself, but also with those in your immediate environment. This also fell out. We've got Aquarius, I know, so you're getting glimpses of the future with the Aquarius card. This is seeing into the future. You're seeing something, or you're seeing trends, or you're seeing movement. You're seeing something, some sort of trend, and it could be a career trend, or it could be something that you want to do. Perhaps it's a business you want to start. You're seeing something moving in your reality, and you're able to discern that, and that could be something which you want to follow. It could be something to do with your hobbies or your interests, or it's sparking something, or it could just be to do with your current situation. You're seeing something with this card. It's a kind of inner knowing. Also, friends and people, they can be associates or acquaintances, but they feel like friends or family. These people are going to support you. If you've got an idea of some sort, or something that you want to launch, you're going to get assistance with that, okay? And people are going to rally around and assist you with whatever it needs to be done. And I said these can be associates or people that are going to help you to bring these changes to being, whether it's in a professional capacity or whatever it may be, but you're going to get support. It is also very much about your obviously friendships, but also your social groups, any kind of group activities coming with this. So if you're a member of a group of any kind, that may be relevant to you, or you may be joining new groups, or you may be getting information from groups online, or not so much socially at the moment with what's going on, but certainly online you may get information. It's also your hobbies and interests. All of that comes in with this card, but it's about your dreams, your wishes, your hopes for the future, your hobbies, your interests, and so on. And then global trends, global movements, and social reform, and everything to do with that. All comes in with the Aquarius card. Then for the bottom of the goddess deck, we've got Bridget, Don't Back Down, and we've got Cordelia, Go Outside. This was the bottom of the deck, and this one came out as well as those three there. So this is very much about getting outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So this is important. Something that you're trying to work with, and it could very well be a business idea or something you're trying to launch or something you're trying to initiate here because of this fire element card as well. It could be travel. It could be something that you're trying to launch, like public relations, and you're involved in that, or something you're teaching or you're publishing or whatever it may be. Something is, it's saying that you've been inside a long time and you need to go out. But whatever you've been working on or trying to manifest, it's saying that it's possible that it could manifest in the month of May. Okay, so it's the groundwork that you're laying now that's important. But in the meantime, go out, get close to the sea, get in nature, get a change of perspective. You will get tremendous support from nature, and you will get a change of perspective. The more time you spend outdoors in nature, the better you will feel, and it will raise your consciousness. It will raise your personal vibration and frequency. And as soon as you do that, all kinds of things which you have been trying to manifest will come to you because you've raised your consciousness. So turn off the media, get out of that, and go outside and enjoy the outdoors. We've also got here, Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So there could be a few people around you. As I said, they may have a few ego issues going on, or a few bossy people, or people who think that they have ownership of your time or your energy or your input, or whatever it may, or even it could even be sort of related to home. So you may have to just stand up and say enough's enough. And certainly with the fire element card, you're going to do that. Make no mistake. This is just enough is enough. Put your foot down. Say, I've done. This is as far as I'm prepared to go, or whatever the case may be. But you may need to put your foot down with certain things, or with other people's attitudes and opinions. You just had enough. It can also be that you need to, at some point, follow your own hobbies and interests, your own hopes and dreams for the future. And I feel this is why you've got the Aquarius card as well. This is glimpses of the future. This is your ideals, your dreams, your hopes and dreams, your personal hopes and dreams, your hobbies and interests. So something of that nature needs to be followed now. You're getting the go-ahead, okay? And it could even be, as I said, traveling or studying or something like that. And she's saying that whatever is close to you, whatever is close to your heart, whatever it is that is got you fired up, whatever it is that you want, your desire, your passion, whatever that is, don't let others get in the way or allow things to hold you back. And this can be your own internal fears and your own internal doubts, okay? All of those are ego, fear, doubt, and negativity, naysaying, skepticism, and all of those things. That's ego, okay? Whether it's your ego or somebody else's ego, all ego concerns come from fear, and this stunts your growth, basically. So as soon as you allow your ego to take over, it stunts your growth, and then you've got to quiet it down and listen to your still voice within, your spirit team, your quiet intuition. Listen to that. That is never going to be fear-filled. That's always going to be positive and supportive. Anything that's got fear connected to it, or anger, or doubt, anything connected to that is ego-based. Even guilt is ego-based, okay? So get rid of that. And this is about going after what is important to you. What lights you up? What is your passion? What is it that really is going to motivate you? That is what you need to be following, and don't let others or other situations hold you back from that. And then just while we're on that point, let's just go back here for the 8th house. Sedna, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So with this 8th house, this cycle shift, for some of you it may be monetary related, okay? Something that you want to initiate, or something you want to start. It could even be, as I said, some sort of like traveling, which many people can't really do at the moment, but it may come at some point. So, or it's studying, or something that you want to do, and you're just concerned. You've seen the future. You know what it is you want. You're seeing something, a trend or a cycle, or something that you want to pursue. But you may be, with the 8th house, especially with finance, you may be doubting, or you may be concerned about how it's going to manifest. How are you going to get this together? And because it's the 8th house is finance related, but it's also related to cycle shifts and things, endings and beginnings and so on. It's saying that you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. You know, this is a universal fact. We are born abundant. It's only the world we live in which tells you that you're not. Okay, so you've got to get yourself rid of those illusions. It's all an illusion. And this is why we have the 9th house here. This is about your belief systems, your religion, your philosophy. Now, religion is also a dogma. So, you know, separate doctrine from truth, separate illusion from truth, and you will very quickly use your intuitive processes and get to your faith. And have faith in the universe, have faith in your spirit team and the wisdom of God and the universe. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. All you have to do is tap in to that abundant stream. And you do that by letting go of your ego, your fears, your guilt, your whatever it may be that's holding you back. In some cases, for some people, this may also be moving to a water body of some sort. So whether it's the ocean, she's close to the ocean, so this may involve, you know, a relocation at the ocean, but it can also be any sort of water body. It's either a relocation or it's spending time there. So for some of you, you may be just rearranging your financial situation in order to go after this dream. Okay, something that you want to initiate, because this Aquarius, I know, is about realizing your dreams as well. So this is something that you want to go for, and that relocation or rearrangement, so that it allows you to spend more time there, is going to be important for you, because this is going to raise your frequency. All water bodies are have a high frequency. It's a spiritual body, so any time you spend there in the water or close to the water is very important. It raises your vibration, cleanses your aura, and so on. And for some of you, maybe just a small amount, some of you may be involved in ocean related activities, or like charities, or whatever it is, something that supports the ocean in some way, whether it's through study of the creatures there or whatever it is. But it does also indicate that at some point, if you are able to support or to assist in some way an ocean related sort of social reform, or some kind of body which works to help to clean the beaches or whatever it may be, then that is it is also indicated. So for some of you, that may be an interest or something that you're involved in, but for a large portion, it's probably related to spending time at the ocean or at a water body. Certainly, it could also be a relocation. So now here we've got bottom of the astrological deck, we've got Gemini, I think, and Mars, I force. So Gemini, I think, is a decision that needs to be made. You could be in two minds about something, and it's the weighing up, it's the using the analytical ability to sort out things, to go through. There's going to be research, media research, or just researching on the internet. This involves electronics and things of that nature, so the internet. It's also to do with communication. So this is the exchange of ideas, exchanging ideas, talking to others, networking, talking about things. You may have to talk your way into or out of something, or you may have to sell something. And certainly with the 9th house, there's public relations or PR involved there, whether it's to do with foreign things or local things. It's expression, okay? Communication of all forms is ruled, Gemini rules that. So that is communication, whether it's written or verbal. There may be contracts, there may be documents involved. So all of that is important. What you say is very, very important. So choose your words with care. Don't come across as flighty or insincere or glib. Okay, so be sincere, pay attention to detail with Gemini. That's very, very important. Pay attention to the small things, the finer detail. This is also the Lover's card in this this deck, so it's possible that that is coming in for you, and certainly with the 8th house and the rise of that, that may be important for you. So that is another aspect with this card. And certainly with the Mars coming in, this can also be sexual fire, this can also be passion. You've also had the fire element here as well. So you've got this energy. But I do feel it is very much about going after something. With the fire element, it's going after that, whatever it is, that seek and claim energy, you're going after it. And the Mars is pushing for that. So you don't need to force. It says force, but you don't really need to. The key with this is a measured action, constructive action, but measured, but nonetheless moving forward at a good pace. And it's calculated action, but measured. Then you get the best out of that, because then you'll be unstoppable. It's like gains momentum when it's under control like that. So avoid quick tempers, sort of, again, ego, rise of ego. Rushing around is not going to serve you with this card, okay? You may want to, but make it very quick. And strong action, make no mistake, that is going to be your Mars. This is the hunting energy, the warrior energy. Mars is Venus is what you love, and Mars is how you get it. Okay, so you've got Mars. This is how you're going to get it, and you're going to go after it. Make no mistake, that's definitely here, but it's got to be in the very best is measured action. That's the best way I can put it. It's like tempered steel, and it gains momentum. The more force that you put behind that in that sort of measured action, then the more potent and brilliant it will be. So it's certainly that seek and claim energy is very much with you. And then just quickly, we've got bottom of the tarot deck, Fairy Tarot, Queen of Winter, strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny. So you may know somebody like this, or this may be you. You may have these qualities. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. So it could be that somebody is coming in to assist you at this time. You may have somebody coming in like this. It could be a partner. As I said, you have got the Gemini card, so it could be a lover, or it could be that you are creating something to do with this now, or it could be that, as I said, I feel it's somebody around you, or it could be you, and this is why you have the self-sufficient energy around. So it really depends on your particular situation. But it certainly is saying let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. So this is what this is all about. Endings and beginnings there in your 4th house, and then we've got 8th house, endings and beginnings. So that's money and big cycle shifts, things, endings and beginnings. So it keeps coming in, the same thing keeps coming in. So let go of things that don't serve you anymore, and people, and go for it. You're going to need to be going for something very important is coming in for you, and you need to go for it. But this can also be Queen of Swords, really is Queen of Winter. So this, you can be very cutting with what you say. So be careful with that. As I said, with your Mars energy, this need to go after whatever it is, make sure that you have your compassion goggles on. And, but you need to be clear. You need to be upfront. Cards on the table, no nonsense. This is no nonsense energy, but do it in a way which is not going to alienate others around you right now. And if you need to cut and clear somebody out of your environment, then by all means, this is the card for you. And then the bottom of the Fairy Tarot was Princess of Autumn, so Princess of Coins, or Earth, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. So again, you may have somebody like this around you, or you may be needing to bring these qualities into yourself. And it says here, happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So for some of you that are studying or very career focused, then certainly something is coming in. There may be travel related to this, or something to do with expression outward to the world, and certainly that is something that's coming in for you, or it could be plans that you're making here, plans that you're trying to launch, to initiate, to bring on board, and it could also obviously affect your home as well. Hope you enjoyed that. Please take care and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.